Early life and background. Karl Svensson was born on March 23, 1982 in the small Swedish town of Vänersborg, located in Västra Götaland County. Growing up in a region with a strong sporting culture, Svensson was naturally drawn to football. His father, a former amateur footballer, was a major influence on his early interest in the sport, encouraging him to pursue the game at a young age. Svensson's early exposure to football helped him develop a passion for the sport, and by the time he was old enough to join a local team, it was clear he had talent. Svensson started his football journey with Vänersborgs IF, a club with a rich tradition in developing young talent. As a child, Svensson stood out due to his technical ability, sharp footballing mind, and strong work ethic. Though he was still very young, he had the physical presence that would later define his career as a central defender. His coaches quickly noticed his ability to read the game, his calmness under pressure, and his knack for winning headers. These early qualities set the stage for a successful career in Swedish football. Growing up in a small town, Svensson had to make the most of limited resources. Nevertheless, his dedication to football was unmatched. His commitment to improving his game saw him often practicing on his own time, watching games to analyze defensive strategies, and learning the craft of being a solid, dependable defender. As a teenager, Svensson's talent became undeniable and his potential caught the eye of scouts from larger clubs in Sweden. Development at Östers IF. Svensson's move to Östers IF in 1998 marked the beginning of his professional football career. Östers IF, a club with a long history of developing promising young players, was the perfect environment for Svensson to refine his skills and progress as a footballer. At Östers IF, Svensson initially joined the youth academy, where he was given the tools to take his game to the next level. During his time in the academy, Svensson began to develop the technical and tactical abilities that would make him a standout central defender. He was quickly promoted to the senior team in 2000, at just 18 years old, after impressing the coaches with his performances in the youth teams. His debut for the senior squad was a significant moment in his young career, and he wasted no time establishing himself as a regular in Östers IF's starting lineup. Svensson's time at Östers IF was marked by consistent development and growth. As a young central defender, he was known for his ability to read the game, his excellent tackling, and his commanding presence in the air. He developed a reputation as a tough, no-nonsense defender who could handle the physical demands of Allsvenskan, Sweden's top division. Despite being only a teenager, Svensson was often deployed as a central figure in Östers IF's defense, and his leadership qualities began to emerge early on in his career. Rise to prominence in Allsvenskan. Svensson's performances for Östers IF did not go unnoticed. By 2002, his impressive displays in the Allsvenskan caught the attention of several top Swedish clubs. After spending a few years developing at Östers IF, Svensson moved to one of Sweden's most successful football clubs, IF Elfsborg, in 2003. At IF Elfsborg, Svensson was able to step up to a higher level of competition. The club had just finished in the top half of the league, and there was a strong sense of ambition and professionalism surrounding the squad. At IF Elfsborg, Svensson's career truly flourished. The club, known for its strong tactical discipline and team-oriented approach, provided Svensson with a platform to showcase his defensive abilities. As one of the club's key defenders, Svensson's leadership on the pitch became one of his defining qualities. He was praised for his ability to organize the defense and communicate effectively with his teammates, ensuring that the team maintained a strong defensive structure throughout matches. Throughout his time at IF Elfsborg, Svensson was consistently one of the best central defenders in Allsvenskan. His defensive awareness, strength in aerial duels, and ability to read attacking plays allowed him to shine in Sweden's top division. He quickly became known for his no-frills, disciplined style of play, which made him one of the toughest defenders to break down. His strong performances earned him national recognition, and by 2004, Svensson had cemented his status as one of Sweden's most reliable central defenders. International career with Sweden. As Svensson's reputation grew domestically, it was only a matter of time before he was called up to the Swedish national team. In 2004, he made his debut for Sweden, earning a place in the squad for friendly matches and competitive fixtures. His performances at club level with IF Elfsborg had earned him the attention of Swedish national team coach Lars Lagerbäck, who saw potential in Svensson's leadership and defensive qualities. Svensson's time with the Swedish national team was marked by a series of solid performances, particularly in key matches during the UEFA European Championship qualifiers and World Cup qualifiers. Though he was often competing for a spot in a defense that included established players such as Olof Mellberg and Andreas Granqvist, Svensson's consistency earned him a place in many of Sweden's squads during major tournaments. He was known for his calm demeanor on the ball and his ability to stay composed in high-pressure situations, traits that were essential in Sweden's defensive unit. Svensson's most notable contribution to the Swedish national team came during the 2006 FIFA World Cup. Although he did not play every match, he was part of the Swedish squad that made it to the quarter-finals. His leadership and experience were instrumental in the team's defensive solidity, and he played a crucial role in Sweden's defensive setup during the tournament. Svensson continued to represent Sweden until 2012, earning a total of 15 caps for his country. His international career, though brief compared to some of his teammates, left a lasting impact on Swedish football. Moved to Italy and playing abroad. In 2008, after a series of successful seasons with IF Elfsborg, Karl Svensson took the bold step of moving abroad, signing with the Italian Serie A club, Siena. The move to Serie A was a significant challenge for Svensson, as he was now competing in one of the toughest leagues in the world, where defending was taken to a whole new level of intensity. Despite the challenges, Svensson embraced the opportunity to test himself at the highest level of club football in Europe. At Siena, Svensson was initially part of a competitive defense, where he had to quickly adapt to the speed and technicality of Serie A. Although he did not enjoy a long stay with the club, Svensson's time in Italy was valuable for his development. The tactical nature of Italian football allowed him to hone his positioning, understanding of defensive structures, and overall game intelligence. He learned from some of the best defenders in Europe and applied these lessons to his game. Despite limited first-team opportunities at Siena, Svensson's experience in Italy was a key moment in his career. His time in Serie A allowed him to develop the technical and mental toughness that would serve him well in the latter stages of his career. Later years and returned to Sweden. After his brief stint in Italy, Svensson returned to Sweden in 2010, signing with Kalmar FF, another club in Allsvenskan. His time at Kalmar marked the final chapter of his playing career in Sweden. Although he was not quite the player he had been in his prime, Svensson still provided valuable experience and leadership to the squad. His role as a senior figure in the dressing room helped guide the younger players, and his defensive expertise was still evident in his performances. Svensson spent several years at Kalmar FF before announcing his retirement from professional football in 2014. By the time he retired, Svensson had built a solid reputation as one of Sweden's most dependable defenders. His longevity in the sport was a testament to his professionalism, and his time in both Sweden and abroad allowed him to experience football at the highest levels of club and international play. Post-retirement and legacy. Following his retirement, Karl Svensson transitioned into coaching, taking up various roles within the footballing community. His extensive experience both domestically and internationally made him a valuable asset in helping to develop the next generation of Swedish defenders. Svensson also worked with football development programs, where he could impart his knowledge of the game to young players. Svensson's legacy as a footballer is one of consistency, leadership, and professionalism. He was never one to seek the limelight, but his contributions to both club and country were invaluable. As a central defender, he was known for his unassuming but highly effective style of play. His no-nonsense approach to defending, coupled with his ability to read the game and marshal the defense, ensured that he was regarded as one of the best Swedish defenders of his generation. Karl Svensson's career stands as a testament to the importance of hard work, determination, and a strong understanding of the game. Although he may not have achieved the same level of fame as some of his contemporaries, his impact on Swedish football is undeniable.